Hi, I'm Michael Taylor. You know, when I was in the first grade, I lived a block away from my school, and my entire world was my house, the school, and the sidewalk in between, and a couple of friends on the block. So one day when my teacher, Miss Winkler, said, "Hey kids, we're going to go on our field trip today. I need everybody to get ready for the bus." I was so excited because I'd never been on a bus before. And I was so excited, I thought the bus was the field trip. And I hadn't been away from my parents, and I'd seen these buses go by, and I was thinking, gosh, maybe one day I'll be able to ride it. So that day came. So I remember being on the bus, being glued against the window, watching our neighborhood disappear, watching the next neighborhood appear, and then lo and behold, we end up at the Buttercrust Bakery. Now that was the field trip, not the bus ride. And I already felt like I was on a moonshot. And now, another field trip, right? And I'll never forget when the door opened, the tour guide opens the door and that fresh smell of bread just poured out, and I was hooked. And the tour guide showed us how the ingredients came in, how they were mixed, how they turned into loaves, how the loaves were baked, and there's all these automation and bread uh, rolling on conveyor belts and so on. And as if I weren't in nirvana enough, at the end, they gave us a fresh, hot slice of bread with margarine on it. And I just remember it was just heavenly. Now, the tour guide, I think this was a brilliant marketing. The tour guide not only showed us how bread was made, but he also told us what made buttercrust special, what made it the superior bread. And that was, and I'm going to date myself here, that was the extra processing that went into the bread that made it this cottony white bread. And in the 60s, the more processed the food was, the better it sold. And so you can think of buttercrust as the Wonder Bread of South Texas, to make a comparison. In any case, I realized looking back that that field trip was a big trigger for me, because I knew from that point on that I wanted to spend the rest of my life doing field trips, learning about businesses, finding out how they worked. And I was even more interested in finding those hidden gems, that inside sauce that made that business special. And I realize today that that is a big part, a big success factor in doing any kind of marketing, is not only having that big desire to learn about the business, but to be able to find those hidden gems inside the business and being able to translate them beautifully to the outside world in a way that changes everything. And so I kind of feel like most of what I learned about marketing, I learned about in that first field trip. And I hope this was helpful and entertaining, and thanks for listening.